Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dominion Online Championship 2019 quarterfinal match between RTT and amoffett11. I am Akuchi, and I am joined in commentary by Sharur.
Hello.
Yeah, so we've got a exciting match on our hands. RTT and amoffett have both had a pretty tough road to get to this quarterfinals. There were over 200 people in the tournament this year. And RTT has managed to beat some notable opponents, including Burning Skull, Benedetto Sox fan, and Dingen.
Yeah.
Amoffett has managed to beat Saint O, Brian, and Sam E to get to where he is.
Yeah. So, I think it's probably not surprising to most people who are watching this that RTT has to be considered the favorite in this match, but at this point in the tournament, I don't know that that means a whole lot.
I think he is the favorite for this match, and possibly for the whole tournament. But
Yeah.
Amoffett has definitely demonstrated that he's got the capability to win any given match against a strong player. So, he's definitely in this.
Yeah. And then the winner of this match will be going on to face Osbond in the semifinals. So,
Yeah, Osbon managed to beat Dr. Steelhammer, and Osbon probably the I think the highest seed or lowest seed, depending on your perspective, the most unexpected player to reach the quarterfinals,
right.
managing to advance. Yep.
Right. If you just go by seed numbers, certainly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the format is a first to 3.5 wins, alternating starts. In the event that there's a seventh game, and there's a tie in the seventh game, then the loser, or excuse me, the second player advances.
Right. With first player being randomly determined for
Yep.
the seventh game. You didn't say that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've got a pretty nice crowd of people spectating.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent time chosen by the players.
Yeah, agreed. I was a little bit surprised by that, given RTT's location, but it is the weekend, so
Yeah, it's like 6 o'clock, or it's like 8 o'clock in Germany.
something
So
like that. Yeah.
nice time. And then Amoffett is from Canada, I believe Ontario, though I'm not sure. And yeah, Amoffett is organizing the World Cup tournament, the upcoming World Cup tournament. So trying to represent Canada in advance. So yeah, let's take a look at this first board. The only draw is Sear.
Yeah. I guess Seer drawing mining villages is pretty solid. And then you've got your trashing from Forager and Moneylender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good open. Moneylender and Forager. We'll see if the players agree. Both of
Yeah.
them have a 3-4 split.
I definitely would like a Moneylender. I could I could see the argument for not going Forager, but I guess it depends on how badly you want to start getting Seers.
Yeah, and I think picking up a Gladiator is better than usual here. So I wouldn't mind like picking that up on turn 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
If you pick up like if you open Moneylender, Forager, and have an unfortunate like you don't hit 5 for either card, you could go with like Mining Village Gladiator or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's critical to hit 5.
Yeah, both of these are players are pretty fast usually. We'll see if the increased stakes
Yeah.
results in a little more consideration. Yeah, so both players do open Forager, Moneylender, and Amoffett first player, picks up a silver over gladiator. RTT with the second forager, which is a little interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that you want two foragers for very long. So, we'll see
So
what
neither
he
player
does with
hits.
it.
Neither player hits 5. Surprisingly, both of their moneylenders miss the shuffle. But yeah, they both pick up Sears on turn 5. Pretty mirrored.
Do you see a role for Prince at all on this board?
So, I mean, the plus buy is forager for a little while. It's a question of how much you build. I think you build to double province here. The payload doesn't seem super exciting, and so I don't think that Prince is going to pay off for a double province type payload.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you can't use Forager for plus buy forever. So at some point you want to pick up either Pawns or Sacred Grove. Pawns are nice because Seer draws them up. So I think you want to like use all your $5 hands to buy Seer. So we'll see if RTT picks up a Seer and a Pawn here. But I wouldn't mind a Gladiator either if he has the mining villages. So it looks like a mining village and 2 pawns for RTT. So I think RTT should be pretty happy with the amount of plus buy he has right now.
Yeah, there is a balance to be struck, I guess, between buying the Seers and buying the cards that the Seers will draw, so that the Seers you have are better draw than they were before.
Mm-hmm. I lost track of it. Who has 2 Seers?
I didn't catch that.
We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
So amoffett thinking about trashing this mining village, decides against it.
So we don't have any gladiators. I'm expecting, given that's probably not going to change at this point, because
Yeah, I mean, I would like a gladiator here because gold is a pretty reasonable, like, getting the gold when you get the fortune should put you at a bit of an advantage over the opponent, I think.
sure, but the problem is that if you're the only one getting a gladiator, then you might not even get to a fortune. But they might still go for it as we progress.
Yeah, so amoffett, I don't know if he has the 2 Seers right now.
Chat says says RTT did.
Okay, so 2 Seers is going to look pretty attractive for amoffett, but he's also in a position where he wants to pick up some plus buy. So he goes with a Sacred Grove.
Mm-hmm.
Given the amount of coins he had, seems reasonable. Yeah, so that was a +4 card Seer. Very nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, on this board, unless your Seers are finding your other Seers, or I guess the one Sacred Grove, that should be we're getting close to the point where that's going to be happening. Maybe not 4 cards, but 3 cards.
RTT is almost fully trashed, so he's going to have to start, killing his foragers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's also thin enough that I was wondering whether he felt the need to pick up another Seer given how thin he is.
Yeah, it picks up the Gladiator. I like that. Oh, I missed it. Amoffett also picked up a second forager. And Amoffett follows with the Gladiator.
Yeah, that was pretty early. All right, I guess we are going to see Fortune come into play then, most likely.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, RTT is out of copper, so
getting rid of the moneylender, obviously.
Certainly, but then yeah, he's got another forager, which will just trash forager, I guess, at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I doubt he's gonna want to like trash silver. I don't. I mean, that will make the forager better, but like I don't think there's any reason to get rid of the payload that is so effective at drawing.
So yeah, Seer draws silver, and he's not going to play that forager again. So
Yeah.
powering it up is actually going to just help amoffett.
Right. So I guess the point being that I assume that forager just isn't getting played this turn at all.
Feeling forager was a interesting choice. Maybe he tracked deck. Saw that amoffett played 2 foragers and didn't trigger a shuffle. Yeah, if so, that's pretty smart. Sacred Grove and Pawn for RTT. So yeah, building up a lot of potential plus buy, which is going to be nice when you have Fortune.
Yeah.
Another fantastic Seer for amoffett. Fully drawing deck, and now he gets to think about probably trashing forager to forager.
Yeah, I guess it's probably going to be his turn of not playing a forager probably comes next turn when he just plays a moneylender. Unless he really thinks he's going to need the extra buy next turn. I guess he could pick up some more plus buy right now too. Oh no, he trashed the moneylender now. Okay.
Interesting. But yeah, he revealed the moneylender before trashing it, which was a guaranteed extra coin from the gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like RTT will have the first crack.
That's... Yeah, I like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Buys the gladiator and then gets the first fortune.
I think he has the actions to support that, right? Because he's the one with 2 mining villages, and he doesn't have the moneylender anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty smart play.
Yeah.
River's Gift. Not too important at this point in the game. Both players should have no trouble drawing. So Aqueduct is pretty...
Oh, actually, that's... Yeah, that Freaky just observed that amoffett has no pawns, so I guess he didn't have the ability to reveal pawn, though, because that was his... Gladiator was his last terminal.
I think amoffett is still pretty okay in terms of plus buy, because he's got Sacred Grove, Fortune, and he's going to play at least 1 forager.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. The Aqueduct points are... There's something. You might want a province here. We'll see what amoffett decides. So he does have... He is... He must have trashed one of his mining villages at some point, so he's not going to be able to play all his terminals. So that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah,
with Mountain's Gift, I would be very, very much wanting to take green this turn.
Yeah, which should be fine, right? How much is he going to have?
Yeah, I would definitely take a province here.
Province and a couple seers, maybe?
I could take Silver Seer Province.
Just one seer, maybe.
Yeah, Silver Seer Province gets you 7 Aqueduct points. He's trashed the gladiator, so he doesn't need to add a mining village.
Oh, okay. Did he? Yeah, I was gonna say if he didn't do that, it might make sense to pick up another mining village, but
Double pawn. I don't. I think I prefer silver over double pawn. Like if you're making the VP play. This does not look like a game that's going to end on piles.
Yeah, probably not.
So Mountain Pass, also in the Kingdom, so some bidding going on here. RTT already in debt. 16 debt. So RTT bid 15, amoffett took it for 16, it looks like.
It is a lot of debt, but with the fortune, I think amoffett should still be able to buy something this turn.
Yeah, I think 15 was a good bid. That makes it a tough choice for amoffett. RTT is very much drawing. So that's a very nice boon from Sacred Grove. Plus 2 coins from the thanks to Fortune. So I wonder if RTT can put Amoffett in a tough spot by taking 3 provinces here.
Yeah, I was wondering about the same thing.
Like if he can take 3 provinces and threaten to take
3 more, at
4,
least.
well, at least 3, yeah, next turn.
How much debt did he just pay off? 8 debt. So
8.
he actually does threaten with no additional payload.
That's not quite true because Sacred Grove gave him the +2 coins this turn that he's not guaranteed to get. But he can trash his mining village.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he does threaten 4 provinces next turn if he manages to draw. I think he might have benefited this turn from. Did he benefit from River's Gift?
I think that was the turn before.
No, but River's Gift.
No, I mean, I think he drew the card the turn before.
No, I think it helped his last turn. Okay, so what does he actually get? He goes with 2 provinces, a seer and a pawn. That's also a little tricky for Amoffett. We'll see what he decides to make of it. Yeah, like I don't like these pawns for Amoffett because he didn't have the like actions to play the pawns as anything except plus action plus something else. So I would have really preferred the silver.
Yeah, do you take the Sky's Gift here?
It doesn't cost you much of anything. Like you can either discard 2 forgers or you can discard 2 pawns with the province.
And you get an extra point out of it, which could be relevant. It puts you into like a 9 point differential before buying additional green. But the point is that's like a duchy difference rather than a 2 estate difference.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, talking about order, could have played Grove before Seer.
True enough.
But I don't know if that would have actually been great.
I mean, it's pretty hard to
top deck a gold. That seems okay. But yeah, just playing like Grove earlier in your turn is usually correct. Like if you get Wind's Gift, that's another case where you have been glad to play it earlier.
True. All right, so he does not take it, and I assume RTT won't.
No, it definitely makes no sense for RTT to take it.
I guess he already declined. Okay, so yeah, amoffett can double, but what actually?
Double could be fine.
Yeah, that puts him up 20, which is... Well, RTT should be able to get 21, right? 3 provinces and a duchy. That's if he draws, that's guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you do as Amoffett? You have 4 buys. Could go with like...
I guess
4 buys is a little awkward. Like his pawns, he didn't use either of his pawns for plus buy. If he had used one of them for plus buy, he could have done like some silvers with a seer and a duchy.
Yeah, well, and given that if he ends up just buying a duchy rather than a province, then that's all the more reason that I would have liked to discard for the gold.
So chat, someone in chat, I forget who, suggested buying 4 mining villages here. Xyrix. That's pretty reasonable because then you just reverse the situation and you put RTT in the difficult spot of, well, how many provinces do I take? I don't know if it's even safe for RTT to take 4 provinces. So yeah, Amoffett might not even need to take a duchy if he increases like those mining villages. If you pop them, that's a lot of extra money.
It is, yeah. He's going to be more at that point. If he takes 4 mining villages, he's more buy limited, right? How many? Well, he didn't play the pawns for plus buy, so actually, I guess not. Because he'll be able to get 6 buys, which should be plenty to if RTT took 4 provinces to catch up.
Well, it doesn't. necessarily have anything to do to trash with that Forager. Anyways, it's a double duchy seer. I don't really feel good about that. But his position is still okay. But it's just like, I don't know, with Aqueduct, I think you'd just rather
Did he?
double,
Did
like
he have
double
enough?
silver seer duchy would have been better. You get one fewer point, but now you just increase your payload.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how many. How he had 16 money. Yeah, so that would have worked quite nicely. I agree with you.
Sun's Gift going to be very nice for both players. So there's a dud from RTT. Is that a dud?
It looks like
Yeah.
it.
Very unexpected. RTT is definitely not going to dud on his turn now.
Yeah, but
he may be too far behind.
Right.
But amoffett didn't increase his payload
I don't know
at all.
that he needs to have done because he paid off 16 debt last turn.
16 debt.
I think so.
So can he buy 4 provinces? He trashes a mining village. Yeah, 4 provinces would definitely be game over.
Yeah, right. He should be able to. I mean, he had 32 money last time. I don't know if any of that was... No, none of that was boon related because Sacred Grove gave him Sky's Gift.
Yeah, he trashed the mining village, so...
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, so the only thing here is just he needs to figure out if his Forger is trashing or if he's getting the 4th buy from pawn, but yeah, either way should work because of the mining village trash. So I think 4 provinces should lock it in for amoffett. Unfortunate dud from RTT.
Yeah, that's very unexpected. I mean, he didn't even really have that much green in his deck, right? Just 2 provinces?
And the dud didn't even include fortune, which is like pretty sad. Yeah, he had 2 provinces, I think.
And he drew them both.
Yep, and his gold.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that RTT really did anything wrong there. Just sometimes you get those low rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, he saw his Forger, his Gladiator, both of his pawns, his Sacred Grove. He saw like literally every stop card except Fortune.
Right. And if you're going to see all your stop cards, you might as well want to see Fortune at that point, obviously. So,
yeah,
it's doubly unfortunate.
But I mean, he would have been in pretty bad shape if he just if the Fortune replaced the gold, that wouldn't have helped him much.
Sure. I mean, I was more thinking replaces like a pawn or something.
Oh, I guess there's always does the Gladiator reveal get blocked? I haven't paid attention to that because that's a 2-point swing. So
2-coin swing. Yeah. Amoffett should have actually known that Province was a safe reveal there, I think. Because he saw... Well, I guess he didn't know that RTT dudded on the provinces. It would have been a safe bet.
Gold was actually the safe reveal.
That's true. He did see RTT play the gold. Yeah.
Yeah, so smart play from amoffett. It didn't matter. I think he had 2 extra coins, but he's got the 4 provinces. I think it is impossible for RTT to catch up. But RTT going to play it out.
And I guess technically, if you account for aqueduct points, it's not over.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a 100%. So I don't know what RTT is doing here. You need the aqueduct points, so
yeah.
But whatever. I mean, he's playing on for reasons.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so amoffett was first player, but he goes up 1-0 in the match. Now it'll be RTT's start. See if he can retaliate. So, awkward draw on this board.
Awkward trashing as well, if you even want to call it that.
Well, I mean, Transmogrify is good, but yeah, if you want to trash copper, you need Taxman, which isn't too exciting. So the draw is either Village Watchtower or some Crossroads thing.
Mm-hmm.
Forum does help out both of those strategies quite a bit. Steph reminding me that Transmogrify can trash copper with Watchtower in hand.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
true.
that
And
seems
Outpost also plays, or I shouldn't say it that way. Watchtower plays nicely with Outpost, is maybe the way I should say it. Or
yeah. I
can.
mean, I think Outpost is definitely encourages you to build here. Also, there's colonnade points. There's Duchy Duke. Like, I think if you don't build here, you're gonna lose. So it's an interesting board to see how you build.
Mm-hmm.
Transmogrify open seems like that would just be my first instinct. Watchtower is what RTT chooses on his 3-coin hand. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel super excited about buying much of anything with my 3-cost hand, but it works out for RTT.
Yeah,
He opens Transmogrify Watchtower, sees them both in his third hand.
that's a pretty close to ideal turn 3.
amoffett has the same thing, but even better because
Yeah.
he doesn't see any estates, and he's guaranteed, to see an estate, or nearly guaranteed to see an estate. Anyways, it's fine for RTT because he gets to see an estate here with his Transmogrify.
Mm-hmm.
RTT goes for a Skulk. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Nothing super excites. I think I would have liked another Transmogrify, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just wants the gold. I'm not really sure. The plus buy certainly doesn't seem impactful right now.
No way. Yeah, I mean, Forum is just going to be a great get. Like, that you don't need to worry about plus buy for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, pretty good. He's got 5 amoffett. I would seriously consider Forum.
Yeah.
You could be crazy and get an Outpost. It's not that crazy because, like, you want a Crossroads. So even if you have a really terrible Outpost turn, you can buy a Crossroads, you can buy another Watchtower. Early Outpost doesn't seem terrible to me.
So Freaky, I guess it's a little late. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay. Yeah, Freaky was saying don't use Transmogrify as RTT here. I assume his thought was that he's gonna have a Watchtower coming up, and you potentially like Transmogrify into a Crossroads or something. I'm not sure what exactly he had in mind.
Yeah, so interesting play. RTT Transmogrifies into a Watchtower, but chooses not to play it. And he gets rewarded with this this turn 5 hand.
Mm-hmm.
Amoffett picks up Treasure Trove. So he's got a Forum and a Treasure Trove now. The Treasure Trove is nice at some point, but like if you have Watchtower in hand, you can trash the copper immediately. But
Right.
Amoffett's not at that point yet, I don't think. He's only has the one Watchtower, I believe.
Yes.
What did
RTT has 2 Watchtowers.
What did he use his Transmogrify on? He went for silver. So Amoffett's playing something more money-ish. Not. It doesn't look like he's focusing on Watchtower draw.
Well, then it'll be nice to have two very different strategies and see how they compare.
Yeah, there's no like disappearing money, so the Watchtower draw thing is definitely like I use it to start my turn, and then I have money in forum and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can, yeah, per having forum, given relatively limited amount of money in your deck, you can discard the money, I guess, but I don't really know how good that is.
Okay, Crossroads for RTT. I think Crossroads is going to be the key to drawing later in the game. Like you can go with Duchy Duke, I think, and you can just your Crossroads can end up being pretty strong.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some walled villages for that too, though.
Yeah. Okay, so Amoffett had the opportunity to buy Province. Is not tempted. Forum and
Well,
another Transmogrify.
yeah, also 4 points from Colonnade. It's pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I went by Province there. But yeah, a little interesting that Amoffet's just playing with the single Watchtower. I definitely like having two, the way RTT is playing.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it so you can play one and you have one that you can use to trash the copper from Treasure Trove if things work out. It just makes it more likely that you find it on your outpost turn if you end up playing with that. But no players getting outpost yet. A little surprising.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Amoffet's gonna go in that direction in general. Maybe RTT will.
Yeah, a little unfortunate that RTT didn't have 5. I would have liked to see like Forum Outpost, but Forum seems like a pretty key card here.
Yeah. So what are you getting on 4? I mean, I do think at some point you want. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
Walled
Walled
Village
Village.
looks good to me.
I was gonna say until he bought it.
He's got 2 Transmogrifies on the mat. It wouldn't even be crazy to turn this gold or the Walled Village into an outpost this turn. I think.
Yeah, I
Probably
could
not
see
the
that. I could see that.
probably the gold, right? So he could play Walled Village. He can turn the estate into a watchtower, draw up, and such.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the gold is certainly easier to replace.
So let's see if Amoffett just goes for another forum, goes for an outpost, starts on the green. Colonnade's gone. I think
Once the,
Amoffet's in a pretty awkward position with no plus buy in the deck.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Once the forums are gone, he won't have any way to get multiple cards in his buy phase. So maybe he wants to pick up a Skulk, but didn't end up
So
doing
RTT,
that.
yeah, RTT does get the outpost. He turns the estate into Crossroads, which is reasonable.
Sure.
It looks good here. Big draw from Watchtower. And he finds this other Watchtower.
I'm not sure
But
about
yeah,
triggering that shuffle.
that shuffle's pretty unfortunate. He has no Crossroads and no Watchtower in those 5 cards.
I guess with enough forums, you can cycle back around without too much difficulty. But
If he has a forum in there. Oh, he's top decking. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Still doesn't have a crossroads.
Right. The problem is, yeah, no crossroads means this is going to be a terminal watchtower play, or he'll just stop here. That's another possibility.
Yeah. And like top taking watchtower is nice, but you want to be careful you don't get too many watchtowers.
For sure.
Because you're going to have a tough time like getting value out of the fourth one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can always transmogrify watchtower to walled village. That's pretty all right if you are over invested in them, but you've got to have the transmogrifies ready to go. And you might be trying to do other things with those.
I would rather. All right, let's see what's going on here. RTT, he wants the skulk. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure, again, if that was more about the skulk itself or the gold.
No, I mean, he could have trashed the skulk. He had watched.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so he wants a plus buy, which is reasonable because, yeah, I think having one source of plus buy is going to be very valuable, especially if you're doing Duchy Duke.
Yeah, he can get a pretty good watchtower going off of this hand, too.
Oh, this hand is fantastic.
Does he have any... He has no transmogrifies on the mat. All right, so the forums are gone.
Yep, let's see what amoffett can do on his... on his outpost turn. It's a whole lot of cycling right now, trying to find his one and only watchtower.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a crossroads either, so... Or a walled village. Yeah, I don't know that he's getting much out of this outpost.
Well, he's going to get to play his transmogrify. That's something.
Yeah, and he needs to pick up a crossroads. Or maybe he picks up the skulk with the plan that he'll have plus buy and he can pick that up.
Discard the transmogrify and not play it. Okay, I guess that's another option. I mean, if he just wants to buy something, it makes sense.
I don't know that I'd want to play this treasure trove, to be honest.
Yeah, the coppers are hard to get rid of once you've got them.
Yeah.
Calling transmogrify on copper and is a pretty lousy for your tempo.
I mean, it also requires you having a watchtower in your starting hand, of which amoffett only has one in his entire deck, which is at this point very bloated.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what direction amoffett goes. His outpost definitely doesn't look amazing. It works a lot better in RTT's deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if amoffett wants to build, he needs both a skulk and a walled village, I think, or a crossroads. So I could see the argument for just not bothering, just going for green here.
Yeah, but if you get a duchy here, I don't know. Eventually, you want crossroads, and amoffett has 0.
That's true.
Goes with another treasure trove. It looks like amoffett's going to go after provinces. Like, that's the only way I can make sense out of that treasure trove.
Yeah, for sure. Hitting 5 with all those forums just shouldn't be that difficult. RTT hoping to find his walled village. There it is.
Yeah, that crossroads is probably chucked. Yep. Pretty good turn. He managed to find his plus buy. He is 1 coin short of double duchy, but he can get duchy crossroads.
Yeah, it's that or walled village. Or province? Okay.
Interesting.
Not the direction I expected this to go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think RTT is ahead going for provinces, but I think he is more ahead if he does Duchy Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Marcuson thinks it's too late for Duchy Duke.
I don't see why that would be the case.
RTT. I think not for RTT with his plus buy.
Oh, okay. He says for ammo.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, amoffett would have had to get a skulk on the previous turn, but he got a treasure trove. So that is just super signaling province.
Right. Well, RTT can play the treasure trove here and trash the copper. Always nice.
Yep, we can pick up another province. I was going to say it's a lot of building to get to single province, but it's actually only turn 11, which is just not terrible.
Outpost
RTTs.
can warp your sense of the turn progression for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Gold into duchy.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm not sure if he's going to go hard for that or if he's just trying to add on a few points.
Yeah, just adding on. And if you have like, 3 or more duchies, like you just have greening options with Duke.
Mm-hmm.
But RTT is probably hoping that that doesn't matter and that he can just take a lead on provinces and be in good shape. Here,
Yeah.
Crossroads is a hero.
Another advantage that he's got by virtue of having plus buy that we haven't really talked about is fleet. I'm not sure whether anyone's going to bother to get it, but it does a lot less for Moffett than it does for RTT, especially if provinces do empty.
So as a Moffett, I think I would have picked up fleet before I picked up duchy. Probably. Hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, if you do end up going for dukes, you're going to want to have gotten the duchy, as many of the duchies as possible, of course, but
yeah, I was just thinking like a Moffett doesn't have Crossroads, so the green in his deck is definitely not a benefit. Okay, gets 2 duchies from the Transmogrify, so
yeah, I don't know how I feel about.
he gets to pick up 2 Crossroads here, but he just triggered a shuffle.
Well, I just don't know how I feel about keeping Outpost over Forum for his deck.
So I think that's RTT's 3rd duchy. So it looks like I'm not sure if it's 4-4 or 5-3 in Amoffet's favor in terms of duchies.
Well, RTT just got a. I think it's 4-4 because it looks like RTT is getting 4-point dukes.
Okay. Then yeah, RTT still seems pretty far ahead. So now they're going for dukes, just like they started with some provinces. Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe that is correct, like as long as you've got the money density to hit province, like as you stop having that later on. Like if you go for Duchy Duke first, that is.
Oh, does RTT have a watchtower in that last card? No, he does not. Unfortunate. Delusion shouldn't matter at this point.
No.
That was an unfortunate outpost turn from RTT. I guess he saw all his watchtowers earlier. Yeah, so Province, of course, better than Duke at this point for both players. If you have the coins for Province.
Which
Amoffett does.
Does, yeah.
Trivially.
Mm-hmm. And gets both of his transmogrifies on the mat, which is very nice.
Mm-hmm. Treasure Trove into Duke, presumably.
Yeah.
Or could be into gold, and he could just go for a guaranteed province here. Yeah.
So do you. Okay, I was going to say, do you trash the forum here? I don't think I would have wanted to. He didn't either. I do want to turn the outpost into a duke, I think, though. Especially with Crossroads in hand.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wants that outpost turn.
So
I think
oh, that's unfortunate. I was gonna say it's also time to really be thinking about fleet.
I think Amoffett, if he had turned the outpost instead of Forum into a Duke, he would have almost certainly been able to buy another Duke there.
Oh,
But
I didn't even catch that he did it with Forum instead of Duke. Oh, yeah, I don't understand that.
Well, here he gets to transmogrify into Duke, but that transmogrifies off the mat. So yeah, Amoffett with a points lead at this point. A lot of Dukes.
Yeah, well, RTT may be able to take the last Duke here with no fleet buy for either player.
Interesting choice to play Crossroads before Forum. I guess the idea there is Forum discards the green that you wanted for Crossroads, but I think I would have liked one Forum first.
Huh. All right, yeah, that's game.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice the 3 pile. I wonder if Amoffett did.
I don't know that there was a whole lot he could have done about it. I mean, he would have had to buy fleet and then be able to afford province, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, we are guaranteed to at least go to a 5th game.
So this board has more conventional draw options. The question, I think, is whether you play for Cursed Village draw or you go with the Border Village Catacomb or like Village Catacombs thing.
I personally definitely prefer the latter. And just, you can get both of the components simultaneously. You don't have to take hexes, and it's just more reliable draw in general.
There's pretty much no disappearing payload. I mean, there's University, but like, yeah. Anyways, I like University here.
But University can gain those same components too, right?
Yeah. No, so. University gaining Catacombs is great. Whenever there's a $5 Smithy on the board, University.
There's also Smithy on the board, which I mean is not as good as Catacombs, and you're going to take Catacombs every time over Smithy, but I guess unless you're really focused on Pilgrimage.
So both players open with Potion and Silver, and RTT manages to get the University in his shuffle. Amoffett does not, but he manages to get Border Village Catacombs along with the Crossroads. A weird kind of draw for Amoffett, but it all works out. I guess we didn't mention that there's no trashing. So yeah, Cursed Village looks pretty awful.
Yeah, there is no trashing. The draw is strong enough that I don't think it's incredibly debilitating. What's more debilitating is, like the chat is pointing out, is the inability to, buy multiple green cards. So people have mentioned wishing for duchies. That's pretty much the only thing you can build to beyond buying single provinces.
Yep, playing for a Leprechaun with one Leprechaun here seems good.
Yeah,
especially with Catacombs to help you find that. It's still going to be pretty inconsistent. Having at least one Crossroads in the deck seems definitely good. You're never getting rid of those estates. It is only going to get better than that.
Yes.
And I'd be careful about how many universities I get. I don't know if I'd want to buy a third university over a 5 cost, or maybe even over Smithy.
Yeah.
So Amoffett goes for Pilgrimage. I do think one Pilgrimage is going to pay off nicely.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're hitting less than 5 and you haven't got the right, I guess, balance of cards to add a Smithy,
Interesting.
I can
RTT goes for a Cartographer. He's actually got multiple Cartographers. Cartographer definitely good in this deck, but yeah, I'm surprised to see it over.
The first one he bought before he got a Border Village, although he did have the University. So I could.
RTT, sorry, just picked up a Leprechaun, and I think with the Cartographers in his deck, he's going to have a pretty good chance of activating that.
Well, not this turn.
Not this turn. Chooses to keep one Catacombs on top.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, 3 universities now for each player. I definitely those are definitely going to make it harder to draw. You know, they
Yeah,
are
they
star
are. I
cards.
mean, I guess so
They're
long as
also
each one of them gains multiple draw cards, maybe it's fine. But
yeah. I
there
mean,
are
there
a
are
lot of draw
options,
cards.
and cartographer is great. It is just going to make it harder to activate your leprechaun.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And
And there's no reason to activate Leprechaun unless you're getting the wish.
Amoffett
So
should definitely play on here. I think it's just a question of catacombs first or cartographer first. I could see it either way. Goes with catacombs first.
I think, yeah, I think I prefer that a little bit. Just because Catacombs is all or nothing.
Lemon Spawn mentions 3 universities seems like a lot. I agree, but on the other hand, if you have just two or three copper and a potion, like university is definitely better than village or nothing. So, but yeah, if you buy university over a 5 cost now,
Oh, I don't think anybody's doing that at this point. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so both players with a leprechaun. Amoffett did not manage to get the leprechaun off that turn. Let's see if RTT manages to get an activated leprechaun here. I think I'd like one more catacombs for Amoffett with this university. Maybe 2. I don't know. Either 2 catacombs or cartographer catacombs. Oh, there's also pilgrimage. Yeah, he's going for it now. That's real good. Border village. Oh man, yeah, pilgrimage with border village.
Yeah, that's
Very nice. Border village catacombs, cartographer, and the border village can gain another catacombs. Seems good.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, he got a university as the other card. I don't like that as much. I think
it's pile control, but yeah.
Did he have the option to take another cartographer? Yeah, he did.
Yep.
And did not take that. I think I would have preferred that.
This looks like a good turn for Amoffett to activate his leprechaun, and of course for RTT, he's got that activation.
So this is a little awkward. Not too bad, but the gold from the leprechauns is actually
it's
a
not
downside.
Yep.
This is not usually the case, but
yep. No plus buy.
Yeah, well, and the lack of trashing as well is.
So RTT gets a crossroads finally. That seems good. He'll probably also want to dig into smithies.
Huh. This is an interesting choice. Oh, all right. Well, that looks like
a bad choice, it turns out.
Well, I mean, he would have drawn those same cards off of the 2 estates, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So it wasn't going to matter too much.
Tragic for Amoffett. He's got a lot of draw in his deck. He's just not seeing it. On the other hand, he did pick up that 4th university. So, mistake.
Goes with Smithy. I was wondering about that versus Cartographer.
Yeah, hard to say. Guess you buy Village here.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt.
Or Crossroads number 2.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely not what you want to see with your catacombs.
So no Leprechaun for RTT this turn. Just a little short of finding it in time.
Yeah, Cartographer is interesting. Like you kind of want to play it at the end of your turn to see if you can set up.
At least one, yeah.
So I'd like to hold on to the wishes. I think because you can, in a pinch, use it to give yourself draw, but you want to use it for dodgy.
Yeah. Oh,
And
certainly. If you're already, if your turn is already set, there's no reason to burn the wishes.
yeah, like in this position, I think RTT should not play his wish.
Right. I think he's decided he can afford a top deck of Catacombs as well here instead of just the two Cartographers. Hence the undo, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He could also. Oh, nah, never mind.
It's a really nice set of cards to start with.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his Leprechaun is in those two cards, so I think I would very much like a 5-card hand of Cartographer, Catacombs, Leprechaun.
He left the estate on top. Oh, okay, because he wanted to play the other Cartographer. I don't know about that.
Did he have 8 already in hand?
Yeah. I mean, all he drew was the estate. Yeah, that seemed weird to me. So RTT gets a province. If his deck stays.
Oh wait, Amoffett just had a really bad dud. Right, we saw that coming.
Right.
Buys a pilgrimage. That pilgrimage is it's a pile out threat, but it's never going to materialize because Amoffett's down in VP.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's something you can take advantage of if you have another dud, but if you have another dud, you probably lose the game no matter what.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
I think I would take that. Yeah, take the estates since you've got the crossroads in hand. RTT looking in very strong.
Yeah, the tiebreaker point could definitely come in handy. Yeah, I mean, if RTT gets a province consistently from here on out, it's over regardless. I don't know how likely that is.
What else do you buy on 4 was asked? Either crossroads or estate, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, the real problem, of course, was the dud more so than or even you could argue back-to-back duds.
Yep. That is a lot of Cartographers for RTT, and this is a really strong board for Cartographer.
Yep.
Some heads-up play from RTT, trying to use the gains from University to set up Village draw in his next hand.
Although he drew the
messes
Smithy,
up,
yeah,
and draws the Smithy. Yeah, he had all the time in the world to make that not be the case.
Yeah,
weird,
unfortunate. Probably not going to matter, but
yeah, I mean, he can always wish for draw if he needs it.
Yeah, you'd rather not have to, of course. But
you would rather not have to. Yes. Oh yeah, you. All
right. Well,
Marcuson mentions you can actually wish for Border Village and gain. Yeah, that is like win-win because you get to cycle the wish.
Wait, sorry, what?
You can wish for a Border Village and gain the duchy from Border Village instead of just wishing for
duchy. Oh, right. Okay. Yep, that is good.
Like, unless you have the crossroads in hand, such that. But even still, like, Border Village draws the card. So, yeah, it's just. That wish is very valuable.
So, Amoffett did get his
Leprechaun.
Yeah, this turn. I mean, it's hard to see it mattering, but
it's going to take some duds from RTT.
Yeah, at least it's one step in the right direction.
The first gold from Leprechaun is actually good, I think, given all the sifting from Cartographer. It's just subsequent golds that aren't good. Because, like, needing to find 6 of your 7 copper to buy province is certainly a lot harder than just needing to find the like gold, silver, and 3 copper.
That's certainly fair.
I don't know what's in Amoffet's discard pile. I think it's all bad stuff. So
Oh, he goes ahead and wishes for the duchy now. Interesting.
I don't think we're that close to a pile out.
No,
Yeah, I don't think there's any way for RTT to pile out. So that seems premature.
I agree. I guess he could be. So he gets another Crossroads.
Yeah, Crossroads, good card.
I even if you're getting I can't really envision a situation in which it makes sense to do that now rather than later.
No, I don't think there's a situation. And the only situation is you are afraid of RTT piling out, but that is, I believe, literally impossible.
Yeah,
he doesn't have pilgrimage.
Even if he did, I don't think that would be enough.
Yeah, I think so. 3 universities.
And how do you gain 3 universities off of a pilgrimage?
No, he has 3 universities and pilgrimage. That's 6 gains, which is enough with border village. I think.
I'm not. You can gain. So you could gain 3 border villages and then 1 border village.
Maybe it's still one short.
You'd have to buy a border village as well. So that. But no, but you can't do that while you're playing.
Yeah,
pilgrimage.
you can't do that.
It's impossible.
Yeah, never mind. Border village, no.
Yeah. Of course, he doesn't. Right, as you noted, he doesn't have the token in the right position anyway.
So RTT manages to set up another leprechaun play, and his turn is not over.
I was going to say, I assume that's a discard.
Yes, he's looking good.
Discard the treasures. Yeah.
Put cartographer on top, I think, so he can play the cartographer. Oh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking border village cartographer rather than smithy. So time to find the treasures again. Lots of chat has been happening off of my screen. I apologize for that.
Yeah, RTT can be super aggressive with the piles, which is really nice because he's cards like cartographer and smithy, and now he's getting in a position where he can set up his next turn because he's played 2 universities, gaining smithy and cartographer. Those are definitely cards he wants at the start of his next turn. But he didn't have. Wow, he got lucky with that draw, I think.
Hold on. So who went first in this game?
Never mind. He's just looking to draw it all up.
Okay, Amoffett went first. Yeah, I was going to say if Amoffett can actually pile out here without needing to buy pilgrimage theoretically. So, I mean, it doesn't matter because RTT has a points lead that Amoffett can't close on in one turn. But
so
in theory, if RTT were to have a dud, he might put himself in a. But by lowering the piles that much, he might put himself in a bad position.
I see no reason as RTT to not lower piles aggressively.
Well, I mean, my thinking is he has the points lead anyway.
I mean, adding an extra cartographer and 2 more is just going to improve, like, decreases his chances to dud.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that RTT didn't try to set up his next turn a little more than he did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is a really sad, really sad turn for RTT.
It is. And he's still going to be able to buy a duchy, so he didn't lose any ground.
But wow, seeing 3 cartographers and needing to them, and then seeing, like, you just gotten almost all your terminal draw there.
Amoffet's looking worse, though.
Yeah, Amoffet's got the all villages, no terminal draw situation. So next turn he might have just the terminal draw. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Deck, what can you do? question on pronunciation of
Yeah.
amoffett versus amoffett. I mean, I assume it's first name begins with an A. Moffat is a last name, but
I mean, I think that's a reasonable assumption, but he's my neighbor. Oh man, revealing the first name, that's just rude.
I'm sure he's tight like that. Yep, RTT piling out Smithies to pull in game 3 and be up 2-1.
Yeah, so certainly once Moffat had those couple of duds, it was going to be really hard for him to catch up. I think
real costly dud near the middle of the game, where he saw, I think it was like he saw first like a bunch of villages and no draw, and then he saw a bunch of draw. It was he
saw 2 catacombs, and it was like 2 catacombs, 2 coppers, and an estate, something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the question, from that game is whether his purchases could have been improved to reduce the chances of that, or whether that was just a low roll.
Yeah, hard to say. The only thing that I definitely disagreed with was pilgrimage for university. Instead of cartographer. Okay, so next board we've got. Just looking for combos. Capital in the kingdom, but I don't see.
There's IGG with no trashing.
Oh, banquet IGG. That looks dominant.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, this is going to be a sad game.
I really don't see much of anything else. The only other, like, you just do that till it's gone, and then you probably pick up 1 capital so you can buy a province if you need to, and then like expedition on a sub 5 hand. Like, it's just not interesting.
Right. How often are you taking coppers with your IGGs?
Only when necessary. You want to be able to hit province. And the less you take coppers early, the more likely you're going to be able to get the province. Like, getting duchy should be trivial.
Mm-hmm.
But RTT takes a copper there. Yeah, that makes sense. You take a copper if you have 4, so that you can just buy the IGG instead of banqueting for it.
Right. Save yourself a copper ultimately. All right, so we've got. Well, I guess Amoffat's considering. No, okay.
Yeah. So even curse split, RTT into his shuffle. Curse could be relevant. So going for duchy, this could lead to a tie. But it looks like there's an expedition there from RTT. I'm wondering if banquet for capital might have been better. It's like, I think capital is the only way you hit province, and hitting province, especially for first player here, I think is really important. Unless RTT might be okay with here. I'd consider.
Hey, Moffat's only got 3 coins here, so maybe it's time for him to do that.
RTT just gets a really lucky hand and can get province, so that's game over. Moffat can follow with province.
Yeah. Oh, he bought an expedition rather than a capital, despite the fact that he was about to shuffle. That's interesting. I mean, expedition is pretty likely to result in province as well, but it's not likely to result in multiple, although neither is capital, really.
No, I would disagree that expedition is like in province. I think both players got lucky to see as much treasure as they did.
Well, I mean, if you get... Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. I did math wrong.
Yeah, it would have been interesting if RTT had 5 to see whether he offered the tie. But as it was, he couldn't even reach 5, so buying a state there, pretty obvious. See if Moffat wants to push his luck. If he does, he'll lose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, capital also, yeah, is like plus buy. I would have liked to see a capital. That's all.
Yeah, I think, well, given that he's not at the end of the shuffle, maybe it makes sense to do another expedition and hope for the best. But given that he's just saw a hand with no
Talk about amoffett. As amoffett, I think you have to buy either estate or, and I think estate is the play. We'll see again if now we can see if RTT was willing to offer the tie. I think I would in his position because he's up 2-1. Yep.
Agreed. Yeah.
Tie doesn't happen, but it might happen. No, still doesn't happen. Still doesn't happen. Ooh, that seems wrong. Like, I know you want the duchy, amoffett, but you can't take it now.
Mm-hmm. Is he just going to expedition again, or
just trying, hoping upon hope to get to province?
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, doesn't happen. Big 3-1 lead for RTT. All he needs is a tie or a win to advance to the semifinals.
Yep. Yeah, that's for sure an unfortunate game to have in this position for a Moffat. Like the amount of control you have over the outcome there is like not that much.
Yeah, could have been worse as player 2. Could have lost the curse split 6-4, but definitely
they're saying
player 2 there.
They're saying GG, but they should have said IGG. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible that they weren't even thinking about capital based on their discussion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we finally have a 5-2, this time for amoffett, who is first player.
Chapel Vampire.
Ooh, that looks pretty good.
Chapel Mint.
Chapel Mint is only mostly crazy. Okay, so what are we doing on this board? Where's the plus buy?
Sacred Grove.
Sacred Grove, that's awkward.
Mm-hmm.
There's like Mint Apprentice option for draw. And I think Lost City Citadel, that's probably good enough.
Mint as in, oh, you mean Apprentice trashing Mint?
No, Apprentice trashing gold from, or platinum from Mint or whatever. Oh, Mint is actually pretty good. If you can find a time to gain it. Like maybe you can expand into Mint just because like platinum's on the board, bank's on the board, but you're plus buy limited. So Sacred Grove is an awkward card to like get as much plus buy as you want.
Yes. Although, I mean, you do have Vampire, so that makes it a little easier.
Yeah, you can build quite a bit. I haven't been paying attention. These guys have been playing really fast, like to what their buys are. It looks like amoffett has an Apprentice. He got it from his Vampire.
Vampire.
No, RTT.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and RTT also has a Vampire. Okay.
Yeah, Moffat's Vampire gave RTT a friendly locusts, removed an estate from the top of his deck. I guess it's slightly unfriendly if you have an Apprentice, but he doesn't, so.
Yeah, so what do you buy here on 5? No terminals yet, except Chapel.
At some point, you're going to want a Lost City just for draw, as well as for the village effect. I mean, Apprentice draw is good, but you're going to need to be able to find the Apprentice too.
Those are double Vampire. I don't know that this double Vampire kind of hard.
The gains are really nice, but it might be hard to use the bats.
To fuel bat, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Plus the like gains are so limited. You know, there is raid, but that doesn't look great. Like Apprentice trashing silver is bleh. It's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, that really helps, that draw. Could trash Chapel or Estate. Either way. I think you're done with Chapel.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have been tempted to trash Chapel there, although I guess it doesn't really matter what order you do it in.
I think I buy silver here as amoffett, trash
And
Chapel,
trash Chapel Copper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Raid is a cool way to feed bat. Yeah, but a little fancy, I think.
Yeah.
I would just prefer to play with single vampire here. I think Citadel with Lost City is just really good.
For sure.
And you want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're gonna
kind of
probably
early.
get a platinum first.
I would get. Well, it depends on the situation. Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's awkward. If you have a Sacred Grove already, yeah, platinum's going to be good.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't, you also have to think about like expand stuff.
Throne here. Oh, that was an autoplay. Yeah, okay. Throne Room is going to be good in that you can get, if it works out, you can get the Lost City effect without the on-buy disadvantage.
Sure. I mean,
but you don't need the plus actions.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you need some Lost Cities for that to work, obviously.
Oh, obviously, yeah. I think, and so long as nobody buys a mint, I think Lost Cities ought to pile. Prentice trashing silver. Okay. So that's one short of platinum, which is a little sad. By Citadel. That's pretty good with two vampires here.
Right. So do you pick up...
I like Lost City, Sacred Grove.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Envy. That'll hurt RTT a little.
Not too much. I mean, he's only got the one silver, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, there's one in the trash. Hey, Moffat's got one.
Fear that counteracts the draw. Not a big deal.
Yeah, so
Throne
I think...
Room. Okay, so Throne Room, which can play the Sacred Grove second time. I like it.
Yeah, that works too.
Easy draw up for Amoffett. RTT looking behind.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. Yeah, this is super easy draw up for Amoffett. Yeah, RTT. What did he buy there? He bought nothing, right? Or so he bought an expand. Interesting. Did he have exactly 7? I didn't see. If so, it's possible that the envy hurt and that he would have preferred to buy Citadel. I'm interested to see what he does with the expand, though. The expand could definitely be valuable.
It looks to me like he did have exactly 7.
So this seems odd to me. Like, what just happened here?
He was trying to find his Sacred Grove to play his Throne Room on, and
didn't... He had 2 Throne Rooms. Why not
his other Sacred Grove? Oh no, wait, he only has the one Sacred Grove. Never mind. Yeah,
does
actually,
he only have the one Lost City?
No, he has 2, but he didn't Throne the second one.
Yeah, why didn't he? Well, he didn't Throne either. Like, I would have Citadel on Throne Room because you had Lost City in hand. You could definitely double that, and then you can double either.
Yeah, that would have been good. That
pretty much guaranteed to draw one of the 2. Instead, he's in a situation where he's got a Throne Room that does nothing.
My guess would be that he wanted to make sure that he got to Throne Sacred Grove and wasn't thinking about... Well, yeah, I guess he did know that he had the second Throne Room because that was on RTT's turn that he got the boon. So
what's he going to do here? 2 bats has already become awkward. Like, you can do it one more time. You can trash Apprentice and trash Copper. But You kind of want to buy platinum, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think you want to trash Apprentice either. I sort of been some suggestions of apprenticing Throne Room, which I don't think is totally crazy. Okay.
That's fine.
It looks like he's thinking about buying Expand instead of Platinum.
I think I would buy platinum and just bat one bat. You just can't sustain 2 vampires.
Yeah.
I don't know what the plan is with Expand. I'm sure you can do some stuff with it, but it's a gain limited board. Raid is not an option for Amoffett anymore. He's got no silver, so
yeah.
that's
I mean, he
not
can expand
fuel for
copper
Expand.
into silver.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think I would have preferred platinum and just get rid of one of the bats.
And I'm not totally convinced that Raid is going to be like worth investing in anyway.
Oh, I'm definitely not convinced, but like I don't see what expand is doing great work unless you have a source of gains that is either raid or mint. And mint is definitely off the table, right? Well, mint is on the table for Amoffett, right?
Why is that? Because just
Well,
because the 2 vampires, you mean?
No, I don't know. I mean, he's got just the copper treasures. It's because nobody has a platinum yet.
Even
but RTT could also get a mint, like by expanding a silver into it. I don't know. There's some options.
Or just get it with the vampire.
So
mints is on. Yeah, it's on buy, not on gain that you trash. So
Sky's Gift. So a little bit of a tough choice for Amoffett in terms of what he citadels.
So Amoffett did just take this Guy's Gift, which does, give him some additional options with respect to doing stuff with mint if he wants to go that direction.
Yeah, but he can't get a mint easily. I guess you can get a mint with Vampire, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not this turn so much. I mean, unless he's got something that he can expand into it.
Yeah, there are a lot of options on this board. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Yeah, minting platinum is extremely strong here, and he's kept the apprentice around, so I think that is just a really nice draw supplement.
Gains Will-O-Wisp, so you can expand the Will-O-Wisp into a silver if you really want silver for raid.
Yeah, Will-O-Wisp isn't doing a whole lot. It is a target you can throne or Citadel in a pinch, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Then again, I mean, it's not good for Citadel though. It gets in the way of better cards you could have.
Right.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether Amoffett. Oh, never mind. He's found the Lost City, so it's a clear.
Take the Throne Room. Let's see if he figures it out this time.
Well, either way is actually fine. He just needs to throne one of the Lost Cities. He can throne 2 also. Like if he.
Well, the advantage to playing Throne first. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's all fine here. A lot of stuff just happened there between Lost City draws and Vampire hexes, etc. Yeah. Like the order there sometimes matters, which is interesting. Like if you discard them down to 4 and then you draw them up to 5 and then you Vampire again, there's more chance that the hex hits. So interesting stuff.
I think that'll be ignored.
Flame's Gift. Nobody wants that anymore.
No.
And then
Z's Gift is nice though.
Yep. Poverty? Have we seen Poverty yet?
I don't think so.
And then Poverty is going to hit RTT, and that is going to hurt.
Yeah, so what does Amoffett do with Expand here?
Beats me. He doesn't have the draw.
Throne.
Oh, no, he does have the draw, because he can play Lost City, then he can he can expand like copper to silver. He can expand gold to platinum.
That's better.
That is fine. It's all good.
Plays and expand again. I guess you can do copper to silver.
Apprentice either trashes copper or does nothing. I think I prefer doing nothing because you want that bat food.
Well, I
Oh,
mean, I
he's
guess you can trash
throning
the
the
Will-O-Wisp
expand.
with the bat if you.
He's not guaranteed to draw the platinum as a result of throning the expand. So I wonder what he gets.
Well, I mean, he can. Oh, I guess yeah. It's expand is not optional. I guess he could expand copper to copper if he like is concerned about that. Then he does guarantee he draws the platinum.
No, he does not.
Why not?
The order.
He's got a Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah, but the order. Like, if Will-O-Wisp draws copper and reveals platinum.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Yeah, the only way to guarantee you draw platinum is, like, Apprentice into Lost City or something. But I think you want to hold on to that Apprentice because it's great draw. Oh, well, he doesn't. He does the things. Yeah, he's got to play it.
I mean, he can regain an Apprentice here with the Vampire if he wants. So it's not like it's not like he was going to do anything with the Apprentice this turn.
That's true. And he doesn't need the Apprentice next turn. So he can just get Mint and Sacred Grove here from the Vampires, maybe? Because with double Lost City.
That seems like overkill.
Maybe. On the other hand, he could save his throne rooms for the payload that way, which he's kind of already done. So that's a ridiculously good poverty. I think Amoffett was tracking that. If so, good on him.
Yeah, that is a reason to get Lost City now if you're going to get Lost City. So
also worried about the split potentially.
Oh
See,
wow!
I don't know about that. I don't know about that Lost City. Like, you have such a good draw engine if you go with the Mint Apprentice thing, but I guess it's just not on his radar.
I don't know if I would necessarily make that assumption. He might just be figuring it's just easier to manage this way.
Okay, I mean he went for it.
Chat is very happy about Mint.
Got the Mint. I'm happy too. Especially, like, you can throw the Mint and just get 2 platinums. That's a really good generator of stuff.
Absolutely.
At some point, you can expand like Throne Room into Bank.
At what point is Bank better than Platinum? I mean, if it's the 6th treasure down, it'll do that if you don't go for the Apprentice stuff pretty fast. Like, that is to say, you will pretty quickly get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, I think Amoffett's plan now is to use both of these throne rooms on payload because he has so many Lost Cities.
Mm-hmm.
So I would open with a Lost City like Citadel here, try to get, and the expand. I don't know what you're doing with 2 expands, but with maybe expand 1 bat at this point.
How close are we to like a sneaky pile out? As if you're throning 2 Sacred Groves and you've got,
I think we're far.
5 buys. Plus, you've got 2 Vampire gains, depending on which turn it is.
What's the 3rd pile? Sacred Grove?
Yeah, Sacred Grove, Throne Room. You've got Expand gains. I mean, we're not there now, but I don't think we're actually as far away as it looks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to have to play around piles for sure, because you can build so much here. Like, the limiter is definitely, like, Sacred Grove as only plus buy is kind of awkward, but the fact that you have Throne Room makes it a little less awkward. And then the fact that there's Colony means you don't need as much plus buy in terms of, like, when you're maximizing your payload.
Oh, look, bat food.
That is good bat food. Delicious.
Curses aren't often nutritious, but sometimes they are.
So RTT finally buys Citadel. Somebody asked how important is Citadel. It's really great. You should check out those stats.
Yeah, I mean, and certainly on this board, I think
with Lost City, it's like amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yep, you Lost City. Wait, he throned? Oh, I don't like that at all. He's payload. He has so much draw. Oh, this is frustrating. This is.
Does he have another throne room in there?
No.
Can he? What? Well, how about expand into a throne room?
It doesn't. He's
Well,
played
now
all
it's
his
too late.
stuff now. Yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
no, he's got one more Sacred Grove.
Does he? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good at least. Let's see what the expand does. Silver into Sacred Grove. He's got it.
Well, I
No,
guess that
now he's got a Sacred Grove.
I guess
No,
that.
yes. RTT has 4 Sacred Groves.
Oh, I take it back. Okay.
Damn.
I definitely thought Amoffett had a second one.
Seriously? So I definitely want to get an apprentice here. I think I would think about apprentice, throne room, colony.
Oh, interesting.
Why are you trashing the silver?
I don't think he's trashing it. I just think he figures he doesn't need it to play it. Or okay, he is trashing it. Huh.
Yeah, I think I would have liked apprentice is really good at this point in the game. I would have gotten apprentice, throne room, colony.
Yeah, I mean, you might have enough draw off the lost cities, but it's a close thing, and certainly the apprentice makes it much easier to do gain and play stuff.
Yeah, RTT seems close to piling. Yeah, I would definitely. You need to get at least one colony. Yeah.
You mean as RTT?
No,
Or
I mean as Amoffett. You need
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah. Yeah.
But now that Amoffett does have the 2 colonies, I mean, it seems like RTT is gonna be in somewhat rough shape because he doesn't have the mint, he doesn't have the platinums, platina.
I think RTT needs to expand bat. Probably bat silver. What do you expand into? Yeah, I mean Amoffett definitely seems ahead because of the platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And bank thing. He's also up on Lost Cities.
Yeah, I like Amoffett's position a lot.
Where's the other throne room? There's a throne room in the trash. Okay, I don't know how it got there, but
wasn't that the one that Amoffett trashed to his apprentice at some point?
He didn't do that.
Or maybe he expanded.
He trashed silver.
Somebody expanded.
I don't know. I don't think Amoffett did.
Yeah, you're right. We were thinking about that happening, but he didn't do it.
Yeah. Amoffett probably should not discard this platinum. It's a close call.
I
don't.
Getting another throne room would be nice.
I don't think I'd do it. I think I'd rather save the card. That's like 2 cards extra you have to draw. It's close.
Yeah.
I could see it either way. It might actually have been good to dodge hexes from Vampire.
That's a fair point.
Did expand bat into Vampire? That is hilarious. Okay. That's one way to change bat into a Vampire.
Yeah, actually.
Oh no, Wind's Gift at the wrong time. Right? Or no, it looked like RTT had a draw anyway. No, he had to discard a silver. So slightly unfortunate.
Yeah, so
for RTT.
So Amoffett did end up improving his hand as a result of that Wind's Gift.
Double miserable for Amoffett. Doesn't really matter on a colony board. Going for Duchy. RTT just trying desperately to get the points however he can. Yeah, I think by skipping Platinum, and I'm sure it was just like a build and timing thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just in a much worse spot. I don't like. What do you get out of duplicating the throne room? Like, you're not action limited.
Freaky's been complaining about this in the chat too.
Like, you just are giving up your options. Okay, fine. You've used. You didn't know you needed. You should save the throne room until you have like just one lost city left, and then you're like, all right, well, I guess I need it for.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, he's just like, oh, I'm using my throne rooms, and now amplify his payload.
So
But he's got a lot of plus
he
action.
does have one more Sacred Grove, but he does not have another throne room, I believe.
Yeah, no, I mean he can expand a thing. Like he's got so much over. So it obviously like playing the throne room on Lost City did not pay off.
Mm-hmm.
It is clear to say.
Expand Platinum into Colony? Or just, they're saying...
I don't know if there's a win here with expand milling colonies.
Platinum to Grove. So that's, then you need 15 and 12, 27. No, you don't. You can gain 2 groves off of Vampire. So you only need 17? Is that right? Yeah.
Oh, we're looking for
and you don't need to expand Platinum. You can just expand Lost City. Yep, he has the win if he spots it.
Yeah, I see. Expand Lost City into Sacred Grove. Will-O-Wisp draw Sacred Grove. Play Sacred Grove. Vampire gain 2 Sacred Groves. Buy Sacred Grove 3 throne rooms.
Mm-hmm.
RTT taking a break. So it'll be 3-2 in RTT's advantage after this game. And I believe it will be RTT's start in the 6th game. So that'll be RTT's best, a good chance to end it there.
Yep. Yeah, I guess it's possible that Amoffett is zeroed in on the colonies.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll come around to it, but yeah, definitely when you're thinking about a particular line, like thinking about the VP situation, and then you forget.
Yep, there we go.
Options, so yeah, a little unfortunate. I don't think it'll matter.
Probably not.
I mean, you're all in on this VP thing. You go Colony Province. RTT cannot triple Colony. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have such a big points lead, so.
Just a little frustrating to miss out on that kind of thing.
Yep. But maybe it'll all be worth it, and he'll gain an apprentice here.
Why would that be worth it?
I just want to see him gain an apprentice. Apprentice is so good in his deck.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, apprentice is ridiculously good. Like, buy province here, gain 2 apprentice. You just guarantee you win.
Interesting.
Okay, you don't want a province? Hmm.
Oh, RTT. I guess RTT's back.
So what's he gaining with the vampires? Throne room? Is he safe points-wise? I think so, yeah.
I don't see how RTT, like you said, can triple colony. Even if you were to
he
double
can expand colony to colony, but then he's still short on points.
Right. And if he can he get expand colony to colony and go colony province? I don't think so.
No, he doesn't have any vampires also, so he can't do duchy. Because all RTT needs is a tie, but yeah. Yeah, I think it's all still winning.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is RTT, do you resign or do you force him to play it out?
That is possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually my attitude towards these things, but different players sometimes have very different outlooks on that sort of situation.
Like, it is possible to win as RTT. It's a colony board. There are 8 provinces left in supply. It is definitely possible to win.
Oh yeah, it's possible to win.
So
just very unlikely.
RTT making sure to play as Sacred Groves early in this turn.
Which did actually save his turn, did it not? I mean, he didn't have those draw cards before the Winds Gift.
Oh, he didn't? Okay. Then, yeah, it all works out. I think you thrown the Lost City. Yep. Okay, sorry. Oh, wait. Yeah, so RTT has an apprentice. You can apprentice a bat.
Expand bat into a vampire again. Or maybe there's something better to do with that. But expanding bat seems like a thing to do.
You could throne expand, gain 2 provinces here off of like apprentice and gold. Like there are options here. I don't think you want to lower colonies. I mean, you can probably take 1 colony because if amoffett gets 2 colonies, you're pretty sunk.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, amoffett definitely does not have a dud, so I don't think RTT can actually win. But since he doesn't know that, yeah, I agree that like a 2 colony dud for amoffett is not really a dud at that point.
Yeah, it's a question here of whether to throne the Sacred Grove or the Expand. I don't have strong opinions. I'd have to count up the coins and see what you want to buy. Seems like a lot of work. If he wants to buy Colony Province, then he doesn't need to throne the Sacred Grove. Yeah, I mean, it is worth pointing out RTT definitely is capable of getting 2 colonies and milling a colony, but that is unfortunately not enough.
No.
Still a tad risky, I think, for amoffett to not pick up any more green than he did.
Yeah, I think picking up a province would have made a lot more sense given that he had the vampires anyway.
Yeah, just pick up a province, gain 2 apprentice, and just a lock.
A miracle boon that wins for RTT if he expands into colony and province. I don't know how that would happen. He'd have to end the game and still get more points. Like, I don't see that. Unless he's saying he could still hit 22 after expanding into colony and province.
It is so close, right? Like if Sacred Grove, yeah, it's close, but I don't see it.
Well, and what are you expanding into colony other than colony, right? If you expand colony to colony,
yeah, I mean,
you're not getting any points.
Expanding colony to colony is the only way you end the game,
right?
But he's got a throne room, so he's deciding whether to throne the expand or throne the Sacred Grove.
Right. I guess I'm saying I'm not really seeing burning expand being the way to go, but I could be missing something.
I agree. I think you throne Sacred Grove and see what happens, but I don't know. You help the opponent that way, like
you do.
Potentially.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to win this turn, that doesn't matter. But
yeah, if it's possible, like say I don't know if we've seen the plus coin gifts, but say you get the 2 plus coin gifts. That's like possibly your best case scenario. And so if you do that, you get 25 coins total.
At which point,
it's enough for colony duchy. You're 3 coins short.
No, 25 is colony estate.
Oh, never mind. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can get a duchy off of expanding to bat to duchy if you want, but I don't. That is, you can just take those 3 coins and expand gold into province instead. So that's better.
Yeah. So it looks like Sacred Grove. Mm-hmm. That's gonna super duper help amoffett, of course. Get rid of that mint. Nobody cares about mint anymore.
Oh, you can expand it into province, but obviously that
Amoffett
doesn't
can
mean you leave
win
it on top of
any
the deck.
number of ways.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if it was expand there, I'd keep it.
Rovad with a bold claim: winning is usually strictly better than not winning.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the kingdom, but on this kingdom, I tend to agree.
Yeah. All right, so he's deciding whether to use the Earth's Gift,
So I think
which
people
he
were looking
can
at
redraw something if he apprentices a bat.
So we were looking at the colony line for RTT. I think some people in chat were looking at the 3-pile line for RTT. Not entirely sure how that works.
I don't see how he gets the points with that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gains.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. People were thinking of gaining throne room through a boon and being able to draw it up, and then you have you can throne both, maybe both Sacred Grove and expand or something.
Well, he can gain throne through the boon right now if he wants to.
He can draw it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, all those things are possible.
I just don't know that does enough.
But if he apprentices bat, then he has a chance of not drawing his throne room that he gains and not drawing the silver.
Yeah.
But obviously, you take the chances you can get.
Right.
I think Amoffett is going to decline to take the Earth's Gift.
That seems likely. He got it.
He got both the silver and the throne room. Wow.
Wait, but that's a loss for him, right? Didn't RTT go first?
No, that's a tie. That's it. That's the ball game.
Oh my gosh.
Amoffett, yeah, missing that win and just not getting in.
I didn't realize that RTT won on a tie. That was the sorry, that Amoffett had gone first. That was the thing I was missing.
Wow, man, that was a 1 out of 3 draw to get the silver in the throne room. Yep. Not to mention, of course, the boon luck. But yeah, that's going to hurt for Amoffett. But congratulations to RTT advancing with a 4-1 victory over amoffett11 and heading into the semifinals against Ospond.
Yeah, I mean, that's, those are at this level of play, those are the kinds of mistakes, specifically not spotting the win, that can cost you an entire match. Certainly overall very well played match by both players.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked a more interesting game 4.
Certainly, we all would have.
All the other games were, I think all the other games were well played by both players, except for this one major mistake by Amoffett. I don't really remember anything else that stood out to me on the negative side. So yeah, that was a really good one.
Yep. And so now we have 3 of our 4 semifinalists. Ospond advancing over Dr. Steelhammer, Mercury 444F advancing over J Nails, RTT advancing over amoffett11, and the final quarterfinal match. That's a little confusing. The fourth and final the last quarterfinal match will be later. Will be tomorrow. Freaky against Element Mario 222. So look forward to seeing that and the matches to come in the Dominion Online Championship 2019.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for tuning in or for watching this later on YouTube, and I recommend checking out the rest of the matches.
Indeed.